Here we have verse 4 of the 15th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus is giving instruction to the disciples, and the force of it is really based on what he has already told them about the Parakletos. The Comforter will come to them, the Advocate who is going to join them, and of course Christ has made it clear that in connection with that, his presence will be there as well, and indeed even the presence of the Father, the Trinitarian presence. And now, in a sense, to give practical instruction that follows from that, Jesus has said to them that they are clean. They are clean already. They've been purged. Branches in Christ that don't bear fruit are taken away, but those that do bear fruit are purged so that they can bring forth more fruit. And then Jesus gives some instruction to them that really follows from that, connected with the command that they remain in him, that they abide in him, and that's precisely what we have here. So menata is from meno, I remain, or I abide. It's the second person plural, aorist active imperative. So abide, remain. Suggesting, of course, the idea of an intimate kind of connection. If Christ is going to be moving in, as it were, then make sure that you are plugged into that source of power and grace that is going to be with you. So remain in, preposition takes the dative emoi, the dative singular of the pronoun, first person pronoun. So remain in me. It's a command, it's mandatory. And then kago, which is a contraction of kai and ego, so it's the parallel, and I, in humen. So a parallel to this is found here, in which now Jesus says the dative in with the second person dative plural pronoun in you. So you remain in me and I will remain. The word is not used there, but it's impliedly suggested, I will remain in you. And then drawing back on the parallel, the metaphor, you might say, the illustration of a vine and branches, he adds to that here kathos. Kathos is indeclinable adverb, just as to klema, we saw that word earlier, it's a branch, just as the branch dunatai. Dunatai is from dunamai, I am able, the negation of the third person singular, present active indicative, just as the branch not able. Karpon, this is the word karpos, masculine noun, it means fruit. So just as the branch not able, fruit, pharein, this is the infinitive, it's the present infinitive of pharaoh, I bear, or I carry. So not able to bear, af, the form of the word apo, which means from, the phi there before a rough breather to make it easier to pronounce. So af heautu. Heautu is the third person reflexive pronoun, genitive, because apo takes the genitive. So just as the branch not able fruit to bear from itself, ian may, this is idiomatically rendered in English as unless, but the simple sense of it is workable as well. If not, or unless, mene, again the same word meno. Ian takes the subjunctive, so this is the third person singular present active subjunctive, unless it remains in te impelo. Preposition goes with in. The preposition is in, and it goes with te, the dative singular feminine article, and then impelo. This is a noun that means the vine. We saw that earlier. So the branch is not able to bear fruit of itself. You cut off a branch from the vine, of course, it doesn't take it long to wither up and be of no use at all. And so that's the point Jesus is making. He's driving at a rather subjective idea, and yet it's certainly central to Christian experience that there is a kind of intimate connection between the human being who is the Christian and the indwelling Christ who provides the grace necessary to live out a Christian life. And so that's really what seems to be in view here. So hutos, the indeclinable adverb. Thus or more, no more. Uda, this is not even. So neither would be the idea here. You, humes, this is the second person nominative plural pronoun. So thus, not even you, ian me, same construction as we had here, unless, if not, and then en emoi, in me, really the same construction that we had up here, unless in me, me neta. Second person plural, present active subjunctive. So the command here, the imperative, remain in me, I will remain in you. Just like a branch, as we saw, can't bear fruit if it's disconnected from the source of its energy, the source of its life, and so on. Neither can you unless you remain connected to the life source that's going to be in you through me. And that all harkens back to the notion of the Parakletos, who will come as that inner indwelling spirit and bring life to the Christian. It really is just a way of saying that a Christian needs to live in a constant kind of intimate fellowship and connection with the indwelling Christ in order to carry out any commands that may be given to us by Christ in connection with our Christian life of service and obedience.